When you think about a contract, what comes to mind? Probably pages and pages of dense legal jargon, right? Something you sign, file away, and hope you never have to look at again. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if your contract is actually the blueprint for your entire business? Not just a safety net, but a master plan for success.
So here's the big question I want you to ask yourself. Is your contract just sitting there to catch you if you fall, or is it actively launching your business forward? That one little shift in mindset from reactive defense to proactive growth, well, that's what we're going to dig into today. And that's our mission for this explainer. We're going to break down exactly how you can transform your contracts from these static, boring documents into a powerful engine for your business. We're going to focus on three key things: profit, protection, and, maybe most importantly, growth. We're going to build this blueprint around 5 key pillars. We'll start with turning growth into profit, then move to protecting your cash flow, guarding your secret sauce, your know-how, setting the ground rules for every relationship, and finally, building a supply chain that's rock solid. So let's dive into that first pillar. It's all about the money.
Okay, first up, let's talk profit. A really great contract doesn't just protect what you already have, it actively helps you make more. It's got to work for both your top-line revenue and, just as crucially, your bottom-line profit.
I want you to think of your contract like a team that plays both offense and defense for your finances. On offense, it's out there creating opportunities to upsell clients or land new ones, but it's also playing some serious defense. It's protecting your profit margin by making sure you're pricing for value, not just cost. It's got clauses for things like inflation, and it helps you avoid those really dangerous open-ended warranties that can absolutely drain your resources.
Look, profit on paper is nice, but cash in the bank is what keeps the lights on. And that brings us right to our second pillar, protecting your cash flow. This is all about making sure that money is consistently flowing in the right direction, which is into your business.
When it comes to getting paid, being proactive is absolutely everything. And it starts with having crystal clear payment terms, like net 30 days, written right there in the contract. But here's the thing, you also have to enforce them. Your contract gives you the power to apply late payment interest, so you should feel empowered to use it. That, plus a consistent follow-up process, is the key to keeping your cash flow healthy.
Beyond just getting paid on time, your contract is there to build a kind of financial firewall around your business. This means capping your liability so one mistake doesn't sink the entire company. It means using indemnities to shield you from third-party claims and making sure everyone has the proper insurance to transfer risk. It even means securing promises with things like guarantees and running regular credit checks on your key partners. It's a whole multi-layered defense system, and it's all written right into that blueprint.
All right, now that we've shored up the financial foundation, let's talk about something a little less tangible, but honestly often way more valuable: your intellectual property. This part of the blueprint is all about building a fortress around your unique ideas and processes.
And when I say intellectual property, I'm not just talking about patents or trademarks. I'm talking about your secret sauce, your specific methods, your data, the unique way you do what you do. It's the know-how that gives you that competitive edge, and protecting it is absolutely critical.
So your contract basically becomes the vault for all your best ideas. Of course, strong confidentiality clauses are your first line of defense, that's a given. But you can go further. You can explicitly restrict clients from just copying your methods. And this is a huge one in our data-driven world. You have to define exactly who owns the data. You can even get creative and use smart commercial models, like gain sharing, to get paid for your innovation without ever giving it away. Okay, pillar number 4 is all about setting the ground rules. A strong blueprint doesn't just outline the what, it clearly defines the how. This is all about you taking control of the business relationship right from the start and laying out a clear process for how you're going to work together.
And the number 1 rule here is incredibly simple. Always, always start with your terms. Don't get caught on the back foot just reacting to their contract. When you provide the starting document, you get to frame the entire negotiation from a position of strength.
Just think of it like a sports team, right? You always have a massive advantage when you're playing on your home field. Well, your standard terms are your home turf. You know them inside and out, they're designed to protect you, and they set the tone for the entire relationship.
But hey, even with the best terms in the world, disagreements can still happen. That's why your blueprint needs a clear framework for resolving them. And it should be a logical escalation process. You start with informal dialogue, then you move to a more formal negotiation, and only then do you consider things like mediation. The whole goal is to solve problems efficiently, not to win some long, drawn-out battle in court. And through all of it, keep meticulous records of everything.
Now for our final pillar. We're going to look outward. Your business doesn't operate in a vacuum, right? Your suppliers are, for all intents and purposes, an extension of your brand. Your contracts are the tool you use to make sure they strengthen your business instead of exposing it to unnecessary risk.
So your supplier contracts have to demand that your partners meet your standards for things like quality, safety, and sustainability. You need to have clear KPIs in there for performance monitoring, the right to conduct audits, and an absolute requirement that they follow your company's code of conduct. Basically, you're getting them aligned with your entire mission.
And here's a really crucial point for resilience. You have to know who your critical suppliers are. Who are the partners that you absolutely cannot operate without? Identify them, and for every single one, have a backup plan ready to go. Your blueprint has to account for things going wrong, because sooner or later, disruptions will happen.
So let's bring it all back to that central idea we started with. A truly strategic contract is so much more than just a defensive tool. It doesn't just stop bad things from happening, it actively makes good things happen. It creates value, it drives growth, and it builds a stronger, more resilient business.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Looking at these 5 pillars we talked about, profit, cash flow, your know-how, the ground rules, and your supply chain, what is the one area in your business blueprint that you are going to strengthen this week? Because remember, every small improvement you make makes the entire structure that much stronger.